Today we're going to talk about scaling down recipes. If you find yourself wanting to cut a recipe in half or even thirds or quarters, here are a few things that you need to remember. Not everything is going to scale down as easily as other recipes. For a lot of recipes, you're not going to want to mess with it unless you know that recipe will cut in half easily. Consider making a full batch and either freezing it for a later date or sharing it with some neighbors or friends. If you have a recipe that starts in a 13x9 or in a loaf pan and you cut it in half, remember that you may not get the same results as a full batch. Those thick, gooey brownies may end up flat and hard instead. If you go to a smaller pan, remember that you need to adjust the bake time. Start with about half the bake time and then check it regularly. That way you know you won't overcook it by cutting it in half. Have a recipe that calls for an odd number of eggs, but you want to cut it in half? Here's how to easily cut an egg in half when you're trying to convert a recipe. Break your egg into a measuring cup and then lightly beat it. And then measure it to find out what half is. Or you can be super accurate like me and actually use a digital scale to weigh it out to the gram. That's the most accurate way to get half an egg. So there are other recipes that are going to scale down easily. Things like soups and stews or your favorite sheet pan supper. You can swap ingredients out, you can omit them altogether, you can scale it up or down, and you're going to get the results that you want. They're super forgiving and you're going to get the same results as if you were making the full recipe. For more recipes and helpful tips, remember to visit tasteofhome.com.